Ever since the Book of Mormon's publication in 1830, readers have wondered where exactly in the Americas it took place. Over the years, a variety of traditions and interpretations have been proposed. While the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints does not have any official position about the precise location of the events of the Book of Mormon, leaders have offered wise counsel on how members should approach study of the topic. Beginning in 1830 and throughout the 19th century, most readers assumed that Book of Mormon events took place throughout both North and South America. It was assumed that South America was the land southward, the narrow neck was within Central America, and North America was the land northward. An article for the Ohio Observer and Telegraph reported that Oliver Cowdery, Peter Whitmer Jr., Parley P. Pratt, and Ziba Peterson were teaching that Lehi and his family landed on the coast of Chile 600 years before the coming of Christ. 19th century publications reflect a surprising variety of opinion among members and church leaders. The locations of Lehi's landing, the land of Nephi, the land of Zarahemla, the river of Sidon, the narrow neck of land, and the land of desolation were all debated. Even the location of the hill Cumorah, where the Jaredites and the Nephites were destroyed, was not considered a settled matter. Certainly many assumed it was at the hill in New York, but at least one person proposed that it was in Honduras. This wide diversity of views for most of the 19th century suggests that no one interpretation prevailed at that time. In 1920, the church removed references to modern geographical correlations in the Americas that had been added to the Book of Mormon by Orson Pratt in 1879. James E. Talmage later explained that this was because after days listening to the presentation of the subject of Book of Mormon geography by various brethren, the Council of the 12 determined that since views differed as widely as the continent, the church could not authorize or approve the issuance of any map, chart, or text purporting to set forth as demonstrated facts relating to Book of Mormon lands. More recently, church leaders have provided additional counsel and direction. A statement on Book of Mormon geography that was prepared by the Church Historical Department and reviewed and approved by the Quorum of the 12 and the First Presidency states that the church's only position is that the events the Book of Mormon describes took place in the ancient Americas. The church does not take a position on the specific geographic locations of Book of Mormon events in the ancient Americas. It further states individuals may have their own opinions regarding Book of Mormon geography and other such matters about which the Lord has not spoken. However, the First Presidency and Quorum of the 12 Apostles urge leaders and members not to advocate those personal theories in any setting or manner that would imply either prophetic or church support for those theories. All parties should strive to avoid contention on these matters. Without endorsing any specific map, church leaders have encouraged those who do pursue their own research on the subject to pay close attention to the details of the text, which we hold to be revealed scripture. In an editorial published in 1890, George Q. Cannon stated, "Of course, there can be no harm resulting from the study of the geography of this continent at the time it was settled by the Nephites, drawing all the information possible from the record which has been translated for our benefit." However, Elder John A. Woodsoe cautioned, "The conclusions drawn from them, though they may be correct, must be held as intelligent conjectures." In Revelations to the early church, the Lord counseled the saints to study more diligently to obtain a knowledge of history and of countries and of kingdoms, of laws of God and man, as well as to seek out of the best books words of wisdom, seek learning, even by study and also by faith, all for the salvation of Zion. In our day, Elder M. Russell Ballard stated that the best books should include the scriptures, the teachings of modern prophets and apostles, and the best Latter-day Saint scholarship available. Thus, studying Book of Mormon geography requires that we know the Book of Mormon itself well and understand what it has to say about the subject. As we seek to better understand the Book of Mormon along with its geography, it is important to avoid placing issues of personal opinion and interpretation above gospel teachings. Mormon once lamented that at one point the Nephite members of the church began to be scornful one towards another, and they began to persecute those that did not believe according to their own will and pleasure. Whether our differences relate to politics, Book of Mormon geography, or other issues, We should never encourage a spirit of animosity towards those with whom we disagree or those who may not be persuaded by our own opinions. As saints, we can disagree respectfully without disparaging others or becoming angry or cynical. Diligent study, accompanied by humility and anchored in faith that the Book of Mormon is true, is key to further knowledge and understanding of Book of Mormon geography and other scriptural subjects. If you'd like to read the full Know Why article, click on the link in the description below.